Lisa hadn't expected her Friday morning to start with a call from her sister, Megan. They hadn't spoken much in months, maybe even a year. Life had gotten busy, and their once close bond had quietly thinned into polite texts on birthdays and holidays. When Lisa saw Megan's name light up her phone, she hesitated for a moment before answering. Hey, Megan, Lisa said, trying to sound casual. Her sister's voice was tired but steady. Hey, Lee, I know it's been a while. I was wondering if you could do me a favor. Lisa sat down on the edge of her bed, sensing the hesitation in her sister's tone. Sure, what's up? It's Ethan. He's been feeling kind of down lately. There's this school event tomorrow, some family project thing, and he really wants to participate. But I have a last-minute work trip I can't get out of. He asked if maybe you could, go with him. Lisa blinked in surprise. Ethan was 14 now, almost grown, and she hadn't spent much time with him since he was little. The thought of him specifically asking for her made her chest tighten. He asked for me. Yeah, Megan said softly. He said he wants to show you something he's been working on. Something he's really proud of. Lisa smiled faintly. Well, I can't say no to that, can I? Megan let out a relieved breath. Thank you, Lisa, really. He's been having a hard time fitting in at school lately, so this means a lot to him. I'll text you the details. When the call ended, Lisa sat for a long moment, thinking back to when Ethan was small, when he'd follow her around the backyard, asking endless questions about everything. She used to babysit him often before that one argument with Megan, a misunderstanding that spiraled into a year of silence. Now, maybe, this was a chance to fix things. The next morning, Lisa packed an overnight bag, just in case. Megan had mentioned that Ethan wanted her to stay for the weekend. When Lisa pulled into her sister's driveway, Ethan was already outside waiting, his hands stuffed in the pockets of his hoodie. Aunt Lisa, he called out, a grin spreading across his face. Lisa stepped out of the car, smiling back. Hey, kiddo, look at you. You've grown like a weed. He laughed. Mom says that every day. Come on, I've got something to show you. Inside, Ethan led her straight to his room. It was filled with little gadgets, model kits, and computer parts. On his desk sat a half-built robot with wires and metal pieces scattered around it. I built this for the school's family tech project, he explained proudly. It's supposed to pick up objects and sort them by color. I've been working on it for weeks, but I needed someone to help me present it. Lisa smiled, genuinely impressed. Wow, Ethan, that's incredible. You did all this yourself. Mostly, he said with a small shrug. Mom helped me with the report part, but she can't come tomorrow. So I was hoping. He looked at her shyly, then finished, maybe you'd be my partner. Lisa felt something warm stir inside her. I'd be honored. They spent the rest of the afternoon testing the robot. When it accidentally grabbed the wrong color ball, Ethan groaned, and Lisa laughed so hard she almost dropped her coffee. The boy's determination reminded her so much of Megan, stubborn, focused, never giving up. Later that evening, as they ate dinner, Lisa noticed how quiet the house felt without Megan around. Ethan seemed happy, though, especially when he talked about his friends and the upcoming fair. But there was a flicker of sadness behind his bright smile. After they cleaned up, Ethan sat on the couch beside her. Aunt Lisa, can I ask you something? Of course. He fiddled with his sleeves before saying, why don't you and Mom talk much anymore? Lisa froze for a second. She hadn't expected that question. Oh, honey, we just got busy, I guess. Ethan frowned. Mom said you had a big fight once. About Grandpa's house. Lisa sighed softly. Yeah, we both said things we shouldn't have. But that doesn't mean I stopped caring about her. Are you? He nodded thoughtfully, then smiled. Maybe you can talk to her again. I think she misses you. Lisa smiled sadly. Maybe I will. That night, Lisa lay awake in the guest room, thinking about how easily years can slip away when pride stands in the way. She thought of the last time she'd been in this house, how she'd stormed out after their argument, leaving everything unresolved. Now, here she was again. The next morning, they packed the robot carefully into a box and drove to the school auditorium. The project fair was buzzing with parents and kids. Lisa helped Ethan set up their display while he explained every detail of his invention. Watching him, Lisa felt something swell in her chest. Pride, love, and a quiet sense of awe. When the judges stopped by, Ethan stumbled on a few words, but Lisa stepped in gently, helping him explain the concept. By the end, the judges were smiling and nodding approvingly. After they left, Ethan whispered, thanks, Aunt Lisa. You made me sound like a genius. She chuckled. You were a genius. I just translated. When the winners were announced, Ethan didn't win first place, but he got the Innovation Award. His face lit up like the sun, and Lisa couldn't stop smiling. After the event, as they walked to the car, Ethan stopped and looked up at her. Aunt Lisa, yeah, thanks for saying yes. I didn't just want help with the project. I wanted to spend time with you. Lisa felt her eyes sting. You're going to make me cry, Ethan. He grinned. You're not supposed to cry, Aunt Lisa. We're celebrating. That evening, Megan came home early from her trip. She looked surprised to see Lisa still there, and even more surprised when Ethan ran up to her, excitedly showing her the medal. Look what we got, Mom. Aunt Lisa helped me finish the robot. Megan looked at her sister quietly, emotion flickering in her eyes. Thank you for helping him. Lisa hesitated, then said softly, I missed you, Meg. Her sister blinked back tears. I missed you too. It wasn't an instant fix, but it was a start. They ended up sitting together at the dinner table that night, talking about old memories, laughing about childhood pranks, and even crying a little. After dinner, Ethan dozed off on the couch, his medal still around his neck. Megan and Lisa sat together quietly, watching him sleep. He's growing up fast, Lisa said. Too fast, Megan agreed with a sigh. Then, after a pause, she added, you know, he really looks up to you. He told me he wanted to ask you because he thought you'd make the project more fun. He was right, Lisa smiled. He's an amazing kid. You did a good job with him. Megan smiled faintly. Maybe we both did. You've always been part of his life, even when you weren't here. Lisa felt her throat tighten again, but this time, it wasn't sadness, it was peace. That night, before heading to bed, she peeked into Ethan's room. He was asleep, the little robot resting on his desk beside his medal. She whispered, thank you for bringing us back together, kiddo. As she turned off the light, she realized something simple but powerful. Sometimes, the people who heal you the most aren't the ones who plan to, but the ones who simply ask for your time. The next morning, as Lisa packed her things to leave, Ethan hugged her tightly. Promise you'll come back soon. She smiled, hugging him back. Promise. Driving away, Lisa felt lighter than she had in years. The air smelled sweeter, the sky looked brighter. She didn't know what the future held, but one thing was certain, she wasn't going to let pride steal more time from the people she loved. And when Megan texted her later that evening, dinner at our place next weekend. Ethan insists. Lisa grinned at her phone and typed back, wouldn't miss it for the world. Because in the end, what her nephew had really asked for wasn't help with a school project. He'd asked for family, and she'd finally said yes.